ये वफाकियत, इसकी जमहूरियत, इसकी ये है ही नहीं। अगर जेल में कह कि यहाँ जमहूरियत है तो फिर अलग बात है। तो ये ताकत के जोर पे है। अमेरिकन आका हैं, ये उनके खिदमतगार हैं। तो मेरे नज़र में यहाँ रियासत नहीं है, कौम नहीं है, जमहूरियत नहीं है, और एक सकाफत, एक ज़बान नहीं है लिसानी तौर पे। तो ये है ही नहीं, ये जिब्र है। अब इसको कोई डर से मानता है या न अनजाने से मानता है, मैं समझता हूँ हकीकत ये है कि ये वजूद ही नहीं रखता। हम खामखा इसको अपने सर पे थोपे हुए या उसके हटाने की कोशिश मुनासिब नहीं हो रही है।
Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri got birth in Kahan, an area in Kohlu district of Balochistan, in February 28, 1928. In his childhood, his mother passed away. After this tragedy, some other people of his tribe were given the responsibility of his growth. He was named by the name of his grandfather, Sardar Khair Bakhsh Marri. When he was 4 years old, his father, Sardar Mehrullah Khan Marri, passed away. Due to his small age, Sardar Doda Khan Marri, his uncle, was elected as the chieftain of Marri tribe. On the behalf of English, he was sent to HSN College, Lahore for getting education. When he was 22 years old, he became the chieftain of his tribe in 1950. According to majority of analysts, Nawab Marri talked about freedom of Balochistan lately. But according to Mir Muhammad Ali Talpur in 1951, when Britain's political agent Davis inquired Nawab Marri that why don't you let your deprived people to get development from state of Pakistan, then he replied him in these words: Davis, if Adolf Hitler would occupy Britain and then would say that Germany would give development to Britain, after all, what would be your reaction to it? So Davis says, I will be ashamed if I ask you this question again. In Ayub Khan's regime, the government of Pakistan talked about the exclusion of petroleum from the Marri areas. So Nawab Marri disallowed them to do so and said that this natural resource is the wealth of the Baloch nation, and I don't allow you to exclude it. Nawab Marri entered in the field of politics at that time when martial law was imposed in Pakistan. In 1958, a military operation was also started. The government of Pakistan during martial law ordered all chieftains of Baloch tribes to submit your arms to the government. Therefore, all chieftains did so along with a demonstration. Except Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri, he destroyed his arms into pieces and said that it is a shame for me to submit my arms to the government of Pakistan. Later, this principle became the part of his life. Formally, Nawab Marri began his political career in the election of 1956. He became a part of National Assembly in this election. Including this election, he became a member of National Assembly in the election of 1962 and 1970. In mid-1962, Shiru Marri with his colleagues began guerrilla war against Pakistan. So Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri assisted them secretly. The struggle of 1962 vanished due to unsuitable circumstances. According to the situation, Nawab Marri and Shiru Marri advised freedom fighters to cease your activities, but they continued it, including training and arrangement of camps secretly. In 1973, when Zulfikar Ali Bhutto broke the government of Balochistan and began military operation in entire Balochistan, then colleagues of Nawab Marri and Shiru Marri who continued that guerrilla war started resistance against Pakistan army. Once again, a disastrous war began between Baloch freedom fighters and Pakistan army. When war between Baloch freedom fighters and Pakistan army began, after that Nawab Marri was offered to be the chief minister of Balochistan. He did not accept this offer and favored war of freedom from all aspects. In the reaction of favor of freedom war in Kohlu, Nawab Marri's house was burned and garden was bulldozed. After that, he was arrested in Hyderabad conspiracy case. He was in prison till 1978 and was released during the regime of Muhammad Ziaul Haq. After his release, Sardar Ataullah Mengal and Ghaus Bakhsh Bizinjo talked about negotiation with state, but Nawab Marri denied doing any sort of negotiation. In 1978, during an interview with an American journalist, Selegis Harrison, Nawab Marri said that this country Balochistan is mine, then why do I fight for some jobs? Whenever the Baloch demanded anything, whether that was the demand of some jobs or provincial self-determination, for that Baloch had sacrificed their lives. After 1978, some ideological colleagues of Nawab Marri and Marri tribe became exiled in Afghanistan, and Nawab Marri himself became foreigner in Britain and France. In 1992, when Nawab Marri and his colleagues were exiled in Afghanistan, in the same year Taliban occupied Afghan government. After the occupation of Afghanistan, Taliban began their attack on Baloch. A Baloch camp in Helmand was attacked by Taliban. Some Baloch colleagues were martyred. John Muhammad Marri, along with his some friends, were arrested. According to Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri himself, whether it was a mistake or a compulsion, I returned to Balochistan along my ideological colleagues and Marri tribe. In 1992, Nawab Marri made a study circle Haq Tawar in order to train his colleagues ideologically and to reunite the broken power of the Baloch nation. But Pakistan Army and intelligence agencies of Pakistan watched their each activity. Pakistan knew that Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri is the only obstacle in exclusion of natural resources of Balochistan, especially an exclusion of petroleum from Marri areas and the beginning of Quadar mega project. Therefore, in 2000, the government of Pakistan arrested Nawab Marri and his 150 colleagues in Justice Nawab Marri's murder case. Nawab Marri had said to his colleagues that I was not asked a single question about Justice Nawab Marri's murder case, and I was offered many opportunities along with a luxury life in favor of my permission for the exclusion of petroleum from Marri areas. But Nawab Marri replied them in these words: the natural resources of petroleum are the property of Baloch nation only, and rights of its uses belong to Baloch only. In 2000, once again, the Baloch guerrilla war began under the leadership of Nawab Marri's ideological colleague, Amir Bakhsh Langov, which has continued in entire Balochistan till today. After studying Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri's life, 5 aspects of his life are seen. The first aspect of his life is ideological. He was a follower of socialism. He worked in the favor of socialism to end the capitalist system, and he considered the ideology of socialism the final mission of his life and also for Baloch nation. The second aspect of his life is political. In political aspect of his life, he talked about the Baloch nationalism, and he used to emphasize that the first and basic need of slave nation is the national freedom. The third aspect of his life is about technique of politics. For the freedom of Balochistan, he selected the techniques of armed struggle along with literature and political parties. But he emphasized more on armed struggle because an uncivilized enemy does not understand the language of peaceful struggle, they only understand the language of power. The fourth aspect of his life is war against imperialism. He was against imperialists because he knew that imperialists are the supporter of colonialists to make any nation slave, such as they are supporting Pakistan to become stabilized it in order to keep the nation in Pakistan slave like Baloch and Sindhi nations. The fifth aspect of his life is to struggle for freedom of all slave nations in world, but he would never wait for others to assist him in this instance. In his last message, he talked about the freedom of Sindhi nation and told them to get up and struggle for your freedom. Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri did not believe only in theoretical struggle for freedom of Baloch nation, but he believed strongly in practical struggle. He was silent on every issue, but practically he was struggling for his purpose of life. Today's Baloch national movement is continued in its stable form, is all because of his struggle. After 1988, the Baloch politics was in confusion. Some Baloch leaders did politics with nation to destroy Baloch nation liberation movement and decided to be permanent part of Pakistani parliament. He was Nawab Khair Bakhsh Marri who finished the confusion of Baloch politics and gave it a clear mission and target of liberation of Baloch nation. It is the result of his strong ideology that he brought Balach Marri, his son, in Baloch politics, and today all Baloch youth has embraced his ideology and is going ahead. Nawab Marri sacrificed his entire life and family in the struggle of Baloch liberation movement, but had never considered it a big sacrifice. Once a journalist inquired him that, "What message do you like to give the Baloch nation?" Then in reply he said that, "I myself don't know that what message should I give to Baloch nation because I myself could not do anything for nation."